Well, when you first walked in, what did you think?
To the new studio?
Mm-hmm.
The address that is...
We're not giving the address?
I liked it. I had some concerns like the ones we discussed, but I don't want to indulge those over air.
Over air? Like we're going out live?
No, like our video. So, but this is the new setup.
Yeah, I hope you like it.
When was the last time we were recording? We talked about maybe having a new setup.
I mean, it was the last episode.
New setup, new look, new Wiseworks, new crazy crack dads.
New podcast. I mean, it's not really new. We're still talking about the same stuff, but
Yep.
we just have a different look. See if
new flow too. I feel like, for me at least, I feel like this just feels more cozy. We got our drinks. We got not just drinks.
They're just coffee.
Just coffee is what I meant. Like I didn't mean that in any weird way.
We're not getting turned in this podcast.
So we are here talking with the new setup. You wanted to talk about a little bit of something.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking a little bit today about the past couple weeks you've been moving here.
Yeah.
Or you got here, you've been getting established. And so something that's been going through my mind as we've been working together again is doing a lot of stuff. We're filming together again. We filmed last weekend a video that's going to be coming out. It's already out. Yeah. The video that just came out on Sunday.
On Sunday.
And so we recorded that last weekend. I've been doing a lot of stuff. We've been trying to ramp up our Instagram. We've been ramping up this podcast, being together again, and it's just looking better. It's feeling better. And so I've just been working on a lot more personal projects. And so it's really sparked this idea of how far can you actually go, and also to what level are we as people willing to push our creativity to create stuff that we don't know we're able to do, but at least trying, you know what I mean? And the thing is, I also see, like when you see us on YouTube, when we see us on YouTube, we're definitely not one of the top creators there.
Yeah.
For sure. Not only do we not have a subscriber count or an audience, but we try to produce as quality stuff as we currently know how to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
and what we currently
extent,
have, what we currently are limited to, and what we currently are able to do right now.
Yeah.
But we will not get better if we don't continue making stuff.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Or push ourselves, yeah.
And I feel as though a lot of people do get this mentality that if they don't create, then they don't have to worry about failure. That's a pretty common idea. You know what I mean?
But if you don't create, you don't get to succeed or
well, you even
get good content.
Even if you don't succeed, you won't learn anything because everybody knows this is a very common idea. You learn by failure.
Yeah.
You know? And the success is just the one time it worked, and it's what you've been working towards. But really the gold is in the failure, or the gold is in learning what is you are capable to do at this moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like the video that we just posted that has it has like a Star Wars theme. It was a little short clip. We put it on Instagram, and then we put a full information video about the making of how I did some of the effects. There was all kinds of stuff in that video I've never done before, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
But it was something new, and so I was like, okay, I've went through the process. I found other people who knew how to do it, and I followed their lead. And so what are your thoughts on this? I feel like I'm talking a little too much.
You are. Shut your mouth. No, I would agree. I mean, we need to create to make our content better, to make it, to learn more, to do more.
Yeah.
Videography or just photography and just this whole creative field.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of there's 4-year schools you can go to, and there's a lot of schooling you can take for this industry.
Yeah.
We don't have a 4-year degree, neither.
But we both
you.
decided not to.
Yeah, we feel like it's way more important. Not way more important. It's more important to to just have more experience. I mean, doing stuff, getting out there, testing the waters, doing what you like, and just failing and then getting better. I mean, we've talked about this where, I mean, I don't know if we've talked about this on the podcast, but in our minds, your 30s is kind of your failing time. You take from your 20s, you're from your 20 years old till 30.
Okay. So your 20s.
Yes. All of your 20s, 10 years. You have 10 years to fail and do as much as you can and fail as much as you can. You're supposed to fail during that time.
Yeah. It's very rare for 20-year-olds to see any kind of success.
Yes. I mean,
honestly.
No.
It's rare. No, you have to agree.
It's rare, but I feel like in this industry and today and age, we do see more.
We see a lot of it, but it's still rare.
It's still rare.
There are few people who are successful who are young like us, you know, or who are in their mid-20s.
For this industry, though, for filmmaking, no, it isn't. I feel like there is some younger creative people through, like, for YouTube and that, just because that platform's more newer and geared toward younger people, I guess.
Yeah.
So yes, there is some people that we would say are more successful in their younger years today and age more than they were like maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But for like filmmakers, it's you have your 20s to basically fail. So us doing things we're doing, yes, they might be good. Yes, they might work. No, they might not work. The point of us doing what we're doing isn't always just to fail. We have a goal in this. We don't want to just say, oh, we're doing this to fail, but we're also doing this to learn. So,
but no one ever really does things to fail.
Yeah.
It's just you have to be able to learn how to work through that and to not quit, pretty much, you know? And it's like, I heard from this one guy who, ironically, is a dude on YouTube who's more successful, and he's like 20 years old. But he's started a business where he does online marketing for companies. And he talks about success as kind of like a hockey stick, where it takes a while and it doesn't seem like you're doing much growth. You know what I mean? Like the bottom of a hockey stick. And then once it starts catching, it usually shoots up pretty quick.
Yeah.
And so really the hardest part is to get through that kind of level period of time. And it's not ever guaranteed for anybody, but honestly, there is really high statistics that if you make it through and you just keep persevering, that you will see some level of success at the end of it, you know?
Yeah.
Some level of success. We're not talking, you know, the level of success where it's like Hollywood. It's possible, but you know, I guess that's something that I think of during this period of time when we are doing a lot of things that doesn't get a lot of views, doesn't get a lot of traction, but we're still creating and trying to make it as...
Can I go on a tangent?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because this is something I saw today that just, it popped in my brain. An actor who, he was in the Hollywood scene, and yes, he's still in the Hollywood scene, but he's made a huge name for himself outside of the Hollywood scene.
Yeah.
And he is created just like a bunch of things, companies, and is Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
He's married to Mila Kunis,
Yeah.
or however you pronounce it. They came out with a wine called, I don't know if it's called coronavirus or quarantine. I think it's called coronavirus, where
A wine called coronavirus. Why?
Because what they're doing is all the proceeds are like a huge chunk of the proceeds are going to like helping cure coronavirus, but they've made their own wine basically. Is that not crazy?
That's awesome. I kind of like that, but it would be kind of really silly to do that if it wasn't for the purpose of doing something charitable.
Yeah.
To call something coronavirus is like a business plan.
He's known for just doing like outlandish things and making money.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess even before Hollywood, he had his own show that's like punked, and that was like different from the normal Hollywood scene.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to do like a pranking show. Then pranking became popular, I would say probably because of that.
Really?
And then he's done other things. He has companies and things that's just he's invested Hollywood money into and created these companies that's just out of the norm.
I guess that is very interesting. I think a little bit, I mean, a lot of people in Hollywood and around the world, they're very focused right now because of the coronavirus. People are very focused on working together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We talked a little bit about I think 2 podcasts ago, about how people, when they don't work together, it screws up everything and it hurts other people. You remember that? You told the story about the Boy Scout who didn't bring food.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
We kind of talked about that for a minute, about how it can hurt, and gave the illustration of people buying out a bunch of products just because they're panicking. But do you see, like, that's very creative what Ashton Kutcher has done, and his wife. But do you see that as a common thing with people? Do you think people are getting out there and trying to do what they can to help, or supporting businesses at the very least? What do you think? Do you think people are actually out there doing that?
Somewhat. I mean, I'm seeing people doing stuff. They could be doing more. I don't want to bash anybody and saying, oh, you should be doing this, because I guess it's up to the individual. But I don't know where you're going with this. But yeah, I would say they are.
I don't know. Just you saying that, it's got me thinking, in contrast to that last episode we did.
I would just brought it up because of all the outlandish businesses that Ashton Kutcher has been in and done outside of the Hollywood scene.
And he's seen success from those.
Yeah, he's seen a lot of success. Like, he has an app, I think it's called Acorn. I'm not 100% sure, but it's an investing app.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on this, but I think it's kind of like a Robinhood, like an investing app.
Yeah.
And he's made some money from that.
Is he even in movies right now? I haven't seen anything with him in it for a while.
Yes, he has a Netflix show called The Ranch.
I have heard of that.
I think they just aired the last season not long ago, like this year.
Okay.
So he has that show. I think he's in another show also. I don't know what it's called, but yes.
Gotcha. Well then, I guess let's try to get back to what we were talking about then, with the idea of success and getting through that period of time where there isn't any growth, and then also during that time failing a lot and learning a lot. We also are in a period where we're not only learning how to fail and learning how to ride out this long period of time where we don't see a lot of growth, but also we are shaping our craft. I fully expect when we start seeing a level of success that the things we want to do are super easy, because we've worked for years to build our skill, to build our craft, to build our knowledge about the filmmaking world. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty of things that we're going to learn throughout our entire career and our entire life. But I do expect to be able to hold my own to a decent level by the time we are able to, make a film that's, $1 million plus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the budget. And so, and all that kind of starts with us now. There's so much technology, there's so much capabilities out there, and the level of production and skill behind filmmaking these days. It's not just so you can't just set up a light like we do here on the podcast. Even podcasts, they have a level of production that we've started working towards here that is pretty high,
Mm-hmm.
And old films used to be like this level of production. Now they're way beyond it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so I intend to, I wanted to kind of hear your thoughts. I feel like I'm just telling you what I think, but I want to hear your thoughts because I intend to be in this for a really long time. So by the time we get to where people notice us, that we're able to create some cool stuff and we're not going to be, lacking in anything as far as skill goes or knowledge goes, because we've taken a long time to be patient and build our craft and build our skill,
Yeah, I would agree. I remember when I was going to school, our teacher, you had the same teacher, he said something about be the person that has like the shorts, like just like tan, ripped up shorts and flip-flops on, standing in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you might just look like a bum, like Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson always has.
My favorite director.
Has
He
like
looks like a bum. He looks
and
like
shorts,
a bum.
and he looks like a bum. But if you have a problem you can't solve, who do you go to? The bum. Because he can always solve the problem. He can always come up with the solution. He knows his own.
Yeah.
He knows everything. So he can answer the question no matter what.
And he knows how to solve issues.
Yep.
Peter Jackson's a great inspiration for that. I've never thought of it that way.
Be the person. You may not look like it and look all fancy and be the one faking it, fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not faking it at that point. You're just
making it.
You're making it. So you got the flip-flops on. You just come to work.
Yeah, you ride your bicycle around set. Like you're just big old fat body of mass on top of a little bicycle.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I want to close with this thought, if it's cool. How much time do we have?
We've got some time.
How much time we at?
We're just here sitting back, relaxing.
I want to try
to
try to hit 20. You're trying to get us to go longer.
I'm ready to just hit back, sip on a drink, and enjoy the view.
Well, maybe later. But I want to end on this thought.
What's your thought?
My thought is...
That's a good thought. Yes, that was a good one.
All right. Gosh dang it.
I threw you off, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. What was I thinking?
Uncrustables, what is your thought on them?
They're delicious.
Never had one.
I've had like one or two. I like the crust.
Is it really better without the crust?
No, it's not. It's still a very good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I need to finish this thought, or I'm gonna feel like I held in a sneeze.
How you doing today? It's Monday, right?
Well, not for these people. It's Monday when we're recording this. All right.
It's Tuesday.
I am going to finish with this thought. So it's really important because I will say we as humans, we're very limited. We can try to figure out how limited and how much we can expand before we hit our wall of limitation. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And you can grow and become more unlimited, but you're still going to have a limit. I think it is healthy, especially in your career, especially in your craft and your skill, to push yourself until you fail and fall on your face pretty hard, because then you say, okay, there's my limits, and you can back off and work on that a little bit in more detail, a little bit more slower, and to really try to craft your ability to work past that. Because if you don't ever push yourself hard and you don't ever create, like I said at the top of the podcast, if you don't ever create a lot, which is what I feel like we're doing and we're ramping up right now to be creating a lot of stuff. If you're not working hard and creating a lot, then you're not going to know where your limit is, and you're not going to know when you cap out at that point in your life or that point in your career. You know what I mean? And then it helps you to know yourself better. It helps you to know your mental capacity better and your creativity. And then you can create from that. But I do think it is healthy to push yourself until you hit that cap and just exercise your ability to, I don't know, max out.
I would agree with that, yeah. It's good to grow, and it's good to know your boundaries so you can grow. And so you can always work on yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's always good to push yourself, even if you don't think you can.
Well, that's the thing. We can go a lot farther than we think we can. But how far we can go into that farther, we don't know that. So it's important to push yourself to try to see how far you can go.
Yes.
At least for a time. You can't do that all the time.
When it comes to your career.
When it comes to your career, yeah.
Not anything else.
When it comes to your career, we're talking about filmmaking.
Yes.
I hope that's what that came across pretty obvious. But yeah, at least again, you can't live in that space, but you should do it every so often to test yourself. You know.
Yep.
I think it's good and healthy.
So let's end this off with a good.
Tell them what you want us to do. Tell
subscribe to the Instagram.
You don't subscribe to an Instagram. You follow Instagram.
Follow the Instagram. You subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And you watch all our videos, especially the short films we have on here.
Yes. I mean, if you don't like the podcast and you happen to watch this one because we have a cool background now, I mean, at the very least, watch our short films. I mean, they're old. Some of them are cheesy. Some of them aren't great. But it's a part of our process. So enjoy it. Right?
Yep.